here, okay? What do you want from us?
How much more do you want from me? And we're back.
Hello, girls. We're back.
And we're back. We're back.
And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Cha-cha-cha. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Taylor.
And Toya.
This is the Heaux Bag. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at _Heaux Bag. That's _HEAUXBAG. Keep up with our shenanigans. Bye.
Bye. And we're back.
And we're back. We're back.
I'm always just ready to hear what's the jingle of the episode.
I didn't even think about anything because the song that's been playing in my head is Meg Thee Stallion's Yo F the one. It starts a lot cussing, so I couldn't sing that. I couldn't rap that one. The one.
You know what's my jingle for the summer?
What?
FREE free and I love that song. Oh my God, I love that song.
The ratchet. I don't know if they marketed it like that, but they were like, it's the ratchetest song to come out.
Everybody's on a Nissan Altima twerking. I love it.
It's the pregnant lady for me.
I love it.
Out there with the blue shorts. Yes, girl. Yes.
This episode is, I believe, episode 66. And it is called, what is it called? Oh, stay out of grown folks' business.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
Or stay in a child's place. One or the other. We're going to figure it out. Come on over here. We got somebody that clearly I tell this to all the time. Here you go. Oh, my God. Now we're hand on her hip. She hears that quite often.
Yo, we were in a car. I think we was going to Perk's birthday one day and we was talking and she said something. You said, get out of grown folks' business.
Because that's not where you belong.
I believe that though. Like, I believe you should be able to have conversations in front of children and they know when to mind their business.
Right.
But it also teaches you later on in life, like when you hear some stuff going on, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, mind my business.
Yep.
Because you get caught up in a lot of stuff.
So this kind of trickled down. Honestly, I wrote these notes a while ago, but it reminds me of something that a video that's kind of being circulated on Twitter. And this girl said, y'all, why Ari had Yo Sean in the club with her? I'm screaming. And if you haven't seen the video, you know we're going to post the clip. It's of her bent over, twerking in what looks like a club. People are trying to say it's a hookah lounge, which is just a diet club. And her friends are like rubbing on her booty. And then you look in the back and Yo Sean is just swinging around a balloon, twirling in circles like, damn.
This can be like he's at Chuck E. Cheese. He's so to tune his mama out.
I do want to say I saw this other little thing under it that somebody commented and they said, when the world needed him most, he vanished. Aww. And it's Kevin Samuels. Right, so rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I will say that.
And I will say this while we're on this Mr. Kevin Samuels subject. I did not agree with a lot of the way that he went about stuff, but I would never wish death on anybody. Right. And he did speak a lot of truth. So we're going to carry the torch for you, big dog.
Yeah, we're going to pick up where you left off. So and then somebody said he didn't vanish. He went to hell. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I just noticed they said that. And I'm so sorry, but that was kind of funny.
It's effed up how Twitter, it whoever was having a party for him, that was pretty effed up. Like, nobody deserves that. But it is kind of funny how Black Twitter just, did their thing.
I will say this, too, because I seen somebody that said something along the lines of, we need to normalize, I can't remember how he said it, but we need to normalize, like, not celebrating everybody's death as if they lived on this earth like they were just a perfect human. And I agree with that because if I got a grandma that said that she hated me, she can't stand me, she would spit on my grave and blah, 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 and then she dies, that don't take away from all the effed up shit you did while you was here.
I agree.
Girl, rest in hell. And that's how I feel about that. But that don't got nothing to do with Kevin Samuels. That's just a general statement that I really do stand on. If I didn't care for your ass while you here, I don't care for you while you dead either.
I agree. But I think more what I was coming from was the people are upset by what he said more so. If he called you fat and you are fat, I'm fat. and I don't like it anymore. I'm gonna go work out once I drop this baby. You know, like I think he had a niche. He had clickbait that worked for him, and that's what that was. You decided to subscribe to. You decided to call up on his Instagram live and say, "Guess how old I am." He said, "Bitch, I ain't got time for this."
Click.
That's what
I finna play these games with you.
But you subscribe to that, so I mean that's you. But yeah, I think it is it sucks that he went out the way he did with his last bit of words. I feel like he had more time. He should have had more time, but you know, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Now back to the Ari and Yoshan. It wasn't cool for Tiana, whatever her name is, G Herbo's fiance, to hit your child in the back of the head with a pillow. But it's okay for him to be in the club watching his mom shake her ass. Like, and then there's people justifying it on Twitter.
So how do you feel about that, first of all? Like, first, growing up, and then secondly, having a child.
Granted, when we used to have parties, we all know they end up turning into the adult parties. Yeah. However, we weren't in the same room. They'd be like, gather your shit, go with the kids. And I'm pretty sure even my child can relate when she goes even to her daddy's house. Mm-hmm. When it's time for grown folks to turn up, gather y'all shit and go in the other room. Mm-hmm. So all the people even there justifying it. Y'all act like y'all, when we were growing up, it wasn't adult time. It was, but you can't justify this. I don't see no reason why a little boy or even a little girl, my baby will never see me bent over, shaking my ass, twerking.
On the internet.
Period. Even at home. So it's just not going to happen. Like, right. I don't want to see her bent over shaking her. Even by the time she's 18, there's no reason why we need to be in the club together. Right. There's no reason why I'm not your little friend. You're not my little friend. Me, girl. Well. Yeah, that's just not happening. We can turn up at the pool. We can turn up. But it says to me, it speaks volumes if, first of all, it's a 23-year gap between me and my child. If we're in the same party by the time she's 18, something's wrong there.
I agree.
I don't need to be there or she don't need to be there.
No, I totally agree. I had this friend when we had graduated high school, and she was like, I guess her mom had went through a divorce or something like that, and her mom ended up losing weight, so she thought she was fine and young again. She said her homeboy came to her house but was asking where her mama was. Ain't no way in hell. I was like, what's wrong with your mom? Like, she going through it or something?
And I think we all do go through that phase too. Because even when I go out, and I say this all the time, like, man, I hope that don't be me. Like, 65, trying to get my groove back. Like, if my groove is gone, it's just gone. And that's just all how it's going to be.
I do not want to be. I know I play with JoJo all the time when she turned 18. I do not want to be wherever the fuck she's going to be at in the next 18 years.
No.
It's something wrong if we listening to the same stuff. And I'm like, that's my jam.
Like, no, hell no. And now I feel it like, even now that I'm older, I find myself saying some of the same stuff my grandma said. I'm like, turn that shit off. What is that? Oh, ooh, it just sounds like garbage. Turn this shit off. But is sheltering kids from adult conversations old school?
I think it needs to be, this is a perfect segue. I think there are some things that kids need to be in on, because we talked about LaToya Luckett, how she said there were some things she didn't understand, like when her mom was going through a divorce and all that stuff. And so when she got older, she couldn't comprehend it, and she just had never seen it before. And same thing with my mom when she talked about like giving birth, or when her mom went through menopause, her mom never wanted to talk about it. So when my mom's going through all this stuff, it's like a first time thing. So I think there are certain things kids can be brought in on conversations just the same way as young Black kids. Unfortunately, we have to sit through these conversations of racism, lynching, slavery, and all that stuff. But people feel like white kids are too sensitive to listen to that stuff. They say that's an adult conversation. It's not. It's the world that we live in. So I think there are certain things that kids should sit in on. Now, you talking about who you was. Why does the child need to know that? Why? Like,
or even taking it to a different side of things. My baby's not going to be in the room and I'm talking shit about her daddy. Like, now don't get me... She may come when I'm fresh off the phone and be like, oh, you get on my damn nerves. But it's never going to go into, this is how he did me and this is what happened and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, because that's none of her business. She's going to paint her own narrative on me when she's with him and about him when she's with me. And, you know, that I feel like that really does taint somebody's perspective of the other parent.
But that also teaches you a life skill, right? Like, I'm not going to sit up here and talk shit about Toya when Toya pissed me off, unless it's to Toya. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It teaches her not to talk shit about her best friend AJ. Because she was sitting right here. It teaches her not to do that in front of other people. Like, okay, I'm going to handle my situations amongst this, and then I'm sit up here and gossip and start all this mess, and then I'm in a bunch of BS. But when you see that, especially, I grew up in the church, so I always caught the tail end of everybody talking mess.
Same.
And so I had to learn that later on in life. It ain't cool to sit up here and talk about everybody. Like, some things are just meant for
you
me.
become the common denominator of all the mess. Exactly. Taylor was here when so-and-so said this to this. Taylor was here when this and this and that.
Exactly.
Well, damn, Taylor.
Because I never had to stay in the kid's place, because my parents had me young, and they were like, oh, this is my best friend right here. So she said she good. And I'm like, what'd she say? Why she didn't pick her son up? Why she lost custody? I'm 12 years old asking why somebody lost custody of their kids. Why they got a whooping? Why they didn't pay their rent? Like, y'all, when I say I knew too much grown folks business, too much.
You know what? I really, 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 really am glad you said something about that, because, you know, they would call how a little girl acts, oh, she too grown, or she been here before, da-da-da-da. Like, I don't think that has to do with her having an old soul. That has to do with her always sitting at your hip when you on the phone gossiping to your friends. Yes. That has to do with her always in the back seat while you on the phone talking shit and gossiping. Like, your child should not be subjected to every single thing at your big ass age.
I agree.
Because if you're not going to dumb things down for a kid, all she's doing is just sitting in the back being, or he is sitting in the back being a sponge, not and still not fully understanding. So then you see those conversations when they're with their friends. Because I'll sit back and listen to Jordan and her friends and just be like, wow, this is my child.
When I went to JoJo's game and listened to them kids, I was like, this is how kids talk.
Yeah, I was lost for words. We both sat there like,
this is how kids talk. And the crazy part is, I've been grown my entire life, so I feel like I talk the same way, and I think it's inappropriate for them now. It's wild. But I think even then, it teaches kids to know when there's a time and place, too, because I feel like this generation has lost the respect for adults.
I absolutely agree.
So if they're having the same conversations in front of us,
they don't give a damn.
Whereas we had to know, okay, I can't talk about that. And Joker does a great job about it. She doesn't do it in front of us, but, you know, her friends might do, because there's no separation of boundaries or respect in their house. And I agree. Like, I see it and I'm just like, I don't know. And it's crazy because, you know, now that I'm about to be a parent, people are like, oh, you're going to be strict on your kid? Yes, there's certain things I want to establish, like stay in the child's place. Like, you're not going to be in here while I'm over here talking about XYZ to Toya, because that's not your business.
I'm 32 years old. I still don't cuss in front of my grandma.
I don't either.
I would never cuss in front of my grandma. Like, but that's the respect that she instilled and her group of friends. Because honestly, I think that the generational gaps are being just closed tighter and tighter and tighter in terms of respect. Because, like, we as adults aren't really sitting back and challenging these kids the same way that generations before us did. Because I know if we sat there and we talked in front of adults the way these kids are talking in front of us, they would have turned around and said, excuse me, baby, I'm gonna need you to get it together. You know what I'm saying? They would now.
I got backhanded.
That's what I'm saying. But I know at my age, sitting there, I'm 32 and I'm hearing these little kids cussing. I'm just like, and turn around minding my business. But I get that too, because some of these kids, you can't tell them shit, because then they parents gonna come and they don't even see the disrespect. Now they want to fight me. Because no, I'm telling your smart ass 9-year-old to shut up and stop saying bitch and hoe and this and that. Like, no.
I think that's the problem with teaching though nowadays, right? Like, a lot of these teachers, I only see it on TV or on Instagram, but these kids are like, shut up, bitch, fuck you up, and then the teacher does something, the teacher gets suspended, the teacher got a lawsuit, and the mom's like, why are you over here talking to my kid? Like, your kid needed somebody to talk to them like that because you're not handling your business at home.
Which is going to raise a trash ass adult that doesn't know how to deal with rejection, doesn't know how to deal with nothing. Don't know how to deal with accountability. We preach accountability hard for our generation. I know this next generation, you tell them to be accountable for something, and they just gonna be in shambles. Yeah. They not gonna know how to go through,
right? Because you don't know how to tie your goddamn shoes.
They not gonna be able to stick with a job nor get a job because they feel like if you tell them anything, it's just disrespect. You got me fucked up. Oh, okay. Well, the homeless shelter ain't gonna have you fucked up.
Now, granted, I do think I like Gen Z's approach to working. Like, you're not going to overwork me and tell me what to do. But at some point, there's some things that you have to do for work. Like, you can't just be like, I'm not coming in. You need to come in if they tell you to come in. Like, there's certain things that you have to do. But just saying that you're not going to do something because it's not a vibe or it's not giving.
It's not a vibe. Work wasn't a vibe today. I'm not coming in.
I'm sorry. It wasn't with my mood. The energy was off.
What? Girl, get you some stage and bring your ass into work. Shit.
There's a time and place to push back when your boss is telling you to do stuff that is just ridiculous and you're not getting paid for it. Toya's making 50% more than what I'm making, but she takes off all the time and I'm the one that has to do her work. Like that's when you stand up. But we sitting here and she told me to just turn my phone on silent and I'm like, oh, this is discrimination? Oh, no. Come on now. Like, y'all, Gen Z.
So I had put in my notes, parents working all day, coming home tired, then telling kids to be quiet, stop playing in the house, sit down somewhere. He's 2. I think we have to stop. Let your kid be a kid at that. If let your kid go outside, let your kid play, let them get into shit to a certain extent. You can't expect a freaking toddler to sit down and be quiet because you don't feel like playing with them because you had to work 16 hours and you had to do this and you had to do that. I think that's really messed up for a child to just even be put in that position. I see it a lot. Like, I have a friend that literally will tell her kids all the time to shut the hell up, sit down, shut up, stop jumping on this, stop doing that, stop doing this, put them damn toys up, da-da-da-da. And it's like, he's 2.
But you know what? She gonna regret that when they're older and they don't fuck with her.
But what do you expect a 2-year-old to do, though?
I don't know what I did.
To just sit down, or you
can't do anything,
or you have that. Now it's the generation of like, here, watch something. Here, shut up. Here,
Not even paying attention to your kids.
And then when you want them to do something, they don't want to do it because they just want their phone, or they don't know how to function without a phone. Because every time something happens, you're pushing the damn phone in their face.
I don't know. It's giving you didn't really want to be a parent. You thought it was cute. You kept that baby for that man, but that's a whole nother story.
It's giving message. I ain't want to be the one to say it, but if the Nike Air Force One fits, Trapperella, you might want to wear it.
No, I think you gotta let kids be kids because kids are. It's only. I'm sorry. Not to just keep going back to black kids. Black kids have to grow up so much faster than the rest of the world. Let them be kids. Let them get into shit.
Right.
And if they get a whooping, because it might teach them a lesson or something.
Your son and daughter didn't want to be G Herbo and Taina. They wanted to be damn Spider-Man. Shit, why are you dressing your baby up as Kodak Black? He just wanted to be Batman.
I saw this baby on Instagram with like all these chains.
Baby neck hurt.
He's old. He can't even hold his head. Why does he have a chain on? Let them kids be kids.
No. What was it? Nicki Minaj that had 2 watches on the baby?
Why?
I'm 32 and I can barely tell the time. I know that baby can't.
Oh, wait. Y'all talking about me reading. Where you watch that?
I'm like, what time is it? Oh, it's 1:45. Bitch, what time is it? I don't know what that means.
Hey, Siri.
Alexa, what time is it? Shit, I don't got time to play with y'all. And y'all 1:45 and 1:30 dawn. I don't know what that shit is. What time is it?
But no, that does.
Look, my baby like, ooh, my mom is dumb as hell.
Look, next time you tell JoJo to do her homework, what time is it, Mom?
Time to get that belt. Shit.
Hey, what did Kevin Hart was like the first time he saw his daddy get his ass whooped, and he told after that his dad said, "Go take the trash out." He said, "But you ain't tell Johnny's dad that." Okay. You better not try that because I don't want to have to.
Right.
I don't have to hear.
Jordan on the floor. Okay, she can't come to the phone right now. Ooh, my stomach hurt.
But no, sorry to get back into the subject. I think the subject you said encourage kids to play if that's what they want to do, but also encourage them to do what makes them happy. Do you think that goes for encouraging them to like pick curriculums that they want to go to, especially with all these like magnet schools going out? Like they could be nurses and doctors, or they could be artists or whatever, because everybody's pushing kids towards STEM, but some of these kids are actually really creative.
Right.
So like, what do you think about letting kids choose, like identifying what they're good at early on in life instead of forcing them to go this one particular way?
I think as a parent, you have to do that, because if you don't, your kids are just going to rebel anyway. I know one lady, a lot of parents sometimes will push their kids to do what they want to do because that's what they know. So like if I'm a doctor and I know doctors make okay money, I'm going to probably push my child to be a nurse, or push them to be like Nigeria and like Asians. They're going to push their child to do that. Anything outside of that is stupid. It is dumb. What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? I think we live in such a good time now to where in 2022, you can post pictures of your feet on the internet and be able to buy a $600 million home.
That's facts.
You could be a YouTuber. You can be a painter. It's just so many different things that you can do now that the sky is really the limit. Like with my baby, she always says she wanted to be a veterinarian. The other day, she told the doctor she wanted to be a singer. I don't know where that came from, but what?
Sing on, girl. Sing on.
Whatever, girl. I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, be something.
Yes. Okay, well, that's good. Like, you're not forcing them to go in and try to be a little mini you. Because you do. But then at the same time, right? Devil's advocate. Your kid is all over the place. They want to be a vet. They want to be a singer. And you're like, okay, now you kind of I need you to kind of own in on one discipline. Similar to the kid that plays all the sports.
Right.
Pick one, because we can't afford to be at all these places at all these different times. Like, we're going to get you a coach for this. But if I get you this coach for this, you better not switch over from basketball to, I don't know, soccer.
Right.
Coach. Like, how do you, without coming off as a dictator or authoritarian? Living in Houston, you got nads everywhere.
I think that comes with age though. So like the older you get, like she's 10, so she probably went from dance, she wants to play basketball, she wants to do this, she wants to do that. I have a cousin that's like that. All he knew was football. But however, one of his sons just absolutely didn't want to play football, and he was good at soccer. And that's what he did. He didn't want to go to soccer games because he didn't know nothing about soccer. However, if you notice your child is really good at something, support them in that. I mean, just period. That's why I'm like, just do something, whatever. But even with college, okay, I know when I went to college, all I knew is I want to help people. So I went in with I want to help people and I like kids. So now that brought me to social worker or child care development. Got into both of those and still was like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. So it's like, it took for me switching my major 3 times for me to figure out what I wanted to do. So I don't know. I know I went to school and I did psychology because I was told. Psychology too. That was, yeah. Yeah, I was told. And I was like, I like talking. That talk show. I like people and I like kids. And I was like, I'll be a child therapist at one point. But then that's my dad was like, okay, you're going to be a doctor after that. I was like, cool, I'll go do this because my dad said it. And then I got so far later, like, I think my end of junior year, and I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. But I had already got all these credits, so I just pursued it because that's what I was told I was supposed to do instead of, because, don't get a business degree because that's what black people do. And don't get, a production degree because you ain't going to find no job. And it's like, had I been supported in what I could have done, I would have started a talk show. Probably moved to LA 10 years ago to do something different. But, we're unlearning a lot of our parents. I was going to say that kind of builds resentment within your child, too. Because you sit there and you have that, damn, what would have happened if I would have did this? What would have happened if I would have did that? But it's also making you a better person, too, because now you about to be a mom. So you know how to unlearn that shit and do this with your child. Which I do want to say this, kind of a little off subject. I'm glad I waited later because I feel like a lot of people who have had, not everybody, but a lot of people had kids younger and they're like, I only did what I knew to do. And so I've had time to unlearn a lot of things. And like, I don't hold grudges against my parents anymore, whereas there was a period of time I was upset with them. Then now I'm just like, they did what they knew to do. Like, it's it's not everybody like trying out here. Let me be a dickhead parent. Like, they just, learn things. So now I can parent and go, you know what, when my parents did this, or I noticed some habits that I'm doing now, I probably shouldn't do that, or I liked what they did here, I'm just going to adjust it a little bit here. So I think, because some people are like, oh, I mean, I guess
our generation's having kids at this age, but it's still, I'm glad that we are having them a little later because you get to think about what it is that you didn't like that your parents did. But I did like how they said, stay in a child's place because y'all must be too grown for me. Speaking of too grown, what do you think about these prom girls coming out with their titties out, the little see-through shit?
Let me talk about the one prom girl. I think it was from Florida, and she had all those guns.
I don't know, but she was going to Tennessee State, not Texas Southern.
Yeah, I see now. Like, I know this ain't my TSU. Not in this Texas gun hole. I just knew. I just knew it wasn't Texas. Not with the way these gun control laws are set up here.
It was Tennessee.
I thought that was a prime example of be a little smarter about what you post on the internet. Mm-hmm. But I thought they handled it really, really messed up because she wasn't on school ground. And I see so many old white men with all their guns.
And their kids with guns.
Or not even, or they're playing that role of, I'm going to protect my daughter on prom day. That's the narrative that they're sending with that picture. So the narrative I got from it was it tacky? Yes, in my opinion. I didn't like the dress her hair. I didn't like none of that shit.
It was ugly.
But the message I got from it when I first saw it is, I'm going to protect myself on prom day. I can protect myself.
I didn't see nothing wrong with the guns. The outfit and the visual was ugly. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But having guns there, because I do have a gun carrying license, so I'm okay with the right to bear arms. But I think it was just weird.
It was weird.
Prom, like,
and then he was standing on her dress. Why are you standing on her dress?
It was a lot going on in that picture. I don't know how to comment on that because I didn't see. The only thing I saw wrong with it was just ghetto. Like, not even like, oh, it's cute. It was like, this is some tacky shit. Let me not say ghetto.
It was tacky
as F.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. But I don't see nothing wrong with guns. And I don't see nothing wrong with young people having them. I didn't like that a young black girl had guns and it was a problem. She got expelled or suspended. But then when these white kids go to prom and have this stuff, like you said, it's all praised. Mm-hmm. Or if like a politician is running for an office, him and his 6-year-old got a little handgun in the picture. But it's on safety. If you teach kids right, that's true. So same thing goes with black kids. But unfortunately, black kids are seen to be adults when they're 12. And white kids are not adults till they're 37.
If that. Because they're still finding themselves.
Did you see that Atlanta show when they were in, it was like this kid.
Wait, is it the newest one?
No.
Okay.
It was an episode where the kid, well, he wasn't a kid. The manager was like, my nephew was here visiting or whatever.
With the cell phone.
Yeah, and then he was like, he's only 19. He's like, I'm 32. He's just a kid. He's 32. He's a white kids are all, white people are all.
Bruh, that episode was so damn funny. Atlanta's funny like this. Y'all outdid yourselves with this damn.
It's behind everything that makes it even funnier because it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It always got you thinking, like, if I was able to, you know what, JoJo here, girl, God, you gotta step outside for a second. If I was able to, I would definitely
be in the clouds.
Miss.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be watching that, hollering, because it's just.
Shout out to my baby about to step out because we knew.
I was playing with you.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Well, while she's gone, do you have a whole tip for today?
Oh boy, my whole tip is going to be honestly, my brain is just running all through the place because it's a lot of stuff going on with the abortion laws right now, and we're talking about kids and all of that. Man, I really don't have a whole tip. I don't. This episode, I almost just went out in a rant again.
Dang.
Man, get some condoms. That's my whole tip. Get some condoms and don't be freaking feeling some type of way if a man tries to call you out for having them, because at this point, with the way abortion laws are set up, either you gonna be pregnant and miserable and having a miserable kid because you didn't want to have that baby, or you just gonna be pregnant and trying to figure shit out and still end up being miserable, I guess.
That's true. It's sad. If we're gonna talk about kids and then the new abortion leaks that have, gosh, I have heartburn. I'm so sorry, y'all. If we're going to talk about that, I will say teach your kids the importance of understanding laws and stuff. And if they want to get into, I know we just said you can't make them be politicians, but we need somebody to go up in there, because by the time y'all's kids get of age, they will be able to instate some new people into the Supreme Court. Overturning Roe versus Wade is just a very Jim Crow fucked up thing, and yeah, it's fucked up. So we need new people in office. And on that note,
bye.